Good evening, everybody. This is Max Farrell from DexFXMarkets.com, and we are trading the TNT strategy tonight. We're at the top of the hour. Our 1 hour TNT strategy fires off every hour, or could fire off every hour for each one of these 10 pairs. And our 2 hour strategy fires off every 2 hours on the odd hour. So we're hitting it right around 7 o'clock. The market's been open for a couple of hours, and we're going to see if there's anything available right now. And I'm going to show you, this is what we call scanning. I'm going to scan the markets and see where we're at. We're going to hit the AUD USD. What we're looking for, of course, is a trend up. We got a trend up, and we're looking for a little bit of negation that happens after the trade. So that's what the N stands for. So we're looking for a trend, we're looking for negation, and we're looking to make a trade. All right, we have a little bit of negation right there, and we're waiting for another hour to come out for an up. Nothing on the AUD USD. Let's look at the AUD JPY. Nothing there that we're looking for. Again, so we found that this is a downward trend, but there's no arrows signifying something important happening right now. So we're going to go to the Euro JPY, and here we go. We have we've established trend, higher highs. We're looking for a higher high, which is right here. It's just committed to itself. It's probably going to pull back just a little bit to this area. But the one thing I don't like about this is that we've really gotten to a good exhaustion of this market. So this could be something that we would trade with. If we are, we're going to protect ourselves, and that's what this is about. So where would we go? We came out at this market at 124.82. I would place it down to previous structure, just below previous structure at 124.68. That would be my stop loss. So that's right around 14 pips. So we're going to do that and then go 14 pips up on this Euro JPY. And we're going to kind of be watching this trade over the next 2 hours. So let me get into my system here. We're going to pull up a Euro JPY chart. Okay, we're sitting at 124.82. Remember, we wanted to be down here for stop loss. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place a new order, and I'm just going to do a buy market process. I'm just going to get in for the buy right now. And I'm going to drag this line down. Let me get onto it real quick. Okay, this will begin the process of my stop loss, and I'm going to place it just below structure. Okay, just not, I don't want to do it right at structure. Kind of shows me some good potential. I'm on a 15-minute or 5-minute chart there. I'll show you what it looks like on a 15-minute chart. Okay, and on the 1-minute chart that we were on before, can't really see it, but there it is down there, and there's where the structure would be at. We're going to be on that 5-minute chart that we were looking at on DexFX Markets. See there, that's where the same thing is there. Okay, and then since we are exactly, I'll tell you exactly how many, 15 pips in the stop loss, I want to come 15 pips up. So that's 124.89 or 99. We're going to be right around that area. And again, that's a pretty big psychological zone for it to go to. So kind of hoping that it'll hit that. So 124.99, right in that area, just like that. This creates a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, if it does fail, it fails, and it does fail, but we don't really need too much of a success rate in there for it to do, to do 50% above, and we definitely have that. All right, so we hit the Euro JPY. Let's keep looking because we're not really at because we have about, I forget how much we have in that thing. How many trades can we do? We got about $8,000 in that account, so we can definitely go ahead and continue on to push for that process there. So let's go to the Euro USD. And again, we have an uptrend happening. It didn't really break structure, so it can continue to still to go up. But because we're already in another, let's come down to structure 128.88. If this thing was going to break, I don't really like the fact that it broke down below the lines. It broke down below the MA, so we might stay with that process of not getting in. I don't really like that process there. All right, so let's keep going. Here's the Great Britain Pound JPY committing to a buy signal. We're going to come down well below structure, 142.31, about 20 pips. We're just going to call that 20 pips there. Yeah, because we have some really good support zones. So we're gonna keep that right around 20 pips. But again, we don't want to go too far past market expansion. So let's say 33. So we're going to say 20 pips from here. Great Britain pound JPY. Let's do that one next. Great Britain pound JPY chart window. And now we're going to right click again. We're going to go new order. We're going to do a buy. And we're going to come down to that we're on that 5-minute chart there. We're going to come down to previous structure right about there. And we got some movement. We got about, oh, that's about 38 pips. That's right about there. Just give us that little bounce there. Maybe just a little bit lower, right about there. Okay, and then we're going to come in about 20 pips above. So 2080. Put it right there, and boom, another R1 to 1. Let's keep going. Great Britain pound USD. We got a lot of stuff happening here, but we had some negation, nothing clarified. USD CAD. Now, when we're trading on the 1-hour charts, we're going to be using a little bit less stop losses and take profits as far as pips. And once we get on the bigger charts, longer charts, we'll probably have a little bit more of a stop loss and take profit in that. But I'm staying relatively close to where we're at. I don't have another arrow. If we had set up another arrow at the top of the hour, we would be be sitting pretty right now. But I don't see one firing off on USD CAD. USD CHF was next. Boom, boom. This would have been another good trail to get into. Don't see anything there. And the USD JPY. Definitely have a lot of consolidation happening and don't feel comfortable getting anything there. So now let's look at the longer term. We're going to look at the bigger numbers here. We're already in a Euro USD or a Euro JPY and a Euro on a Great Britain pound JPY. So we would avoid being in those two. But I'm going to look at that's a down. This is a negation. So if we didn't have an arrow here in about 2 hours, we would look back again to see if we had one. Audi JPY again. We have negation. If there is a buy pattern that was happening in there, it would be happening. Euro Great Britain pound. More negation happening here. So at 9 o'clock, I'll come back and I'll look to see if there's any downward arrows on those pairs. We're just kind of coming in. Now, this is a good setup that happened here for what we call an over-under strategy. So the first arrow that points very close to the MA, the next arrow over goes within that distance, and that would have been a great setup. 47 to 6, yeah, that would have been another 12, 14, 15 pip setup. Would have been beautiful. Euro USD. Yeah, nothing really great on the longer term time frames. Great Britain pound JPY, we're already in. We'll look at the Great Britain pound USD. Let me zap this because there we go. Nothing there. We're going to go to now USD CAD. Back a couple of hours ago. Actually, this is over the weekend, before the weekend. Been pretty good. USD CHF. We have some negation happening. So in about 2 hours, I'll come back to see if we have anything on that one. And then USD JPY. This one's a little tough. Now, this is a class's example, okay? Even though that we got pushed past, we have a little bit of a drop down past the MA here, this doesn't commit to the structure of a trend, right? The first T in the TNT strategy is trend. So does an uptrend get broken, and where does it get broken at? Once it commits to being above the line, and we get this first arrow within the same direction, which triggers the trend, does it get broken? Yes, it gets broken right here as the structure breaks down a little bit, maybe goes into consolidation, even a flag and pennant kind of mentality here. Flag or pennant kind of mentality. I probably wouldn't try. I would not get into this trade at the moment unless I broke through one of these areas here or here to make that happen. But you have to be able to recognize that. But this is a good example of, even though that the numbers are there, that we get the trend, and then we get a little negation, and now we're going with the trend again. is this a possibility of working? Well, if you want to take this is a higher risk trade, it's a possibility that it could still have a high rate of success. I just don't know, because I'm not trading anything that breaks my rules at the moment. And my rules are simple. Follow trend, wait for negation, and then trade the first arrow after negation happens to go with that trend. Okay? And then I set my stop loss and take profits at structure. So that's basically it. We'll curb this video for now. In future videos, we'll show if those trades particularly won. And you can always go to our, if you see the link in the process, you'll see where it has our TNT strategy link to our MyFX book account, where you can check to see if those ones. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. And if you please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the little notifications button so you can see when we're doing these and these trades are coming out. And you can see and follow and track us. You can also get a free account with the TNT charts, just so you can get training in there and do a consult with me, so I could teach you how to use this system. I really do want you to be successful and to find your idea of success. Once again, I'm Max Farrell from DexFXMarkets.com. I look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, trade well. Hey everybody, it's Max Farrell from DexFXMarkets.com. Both of those trades that we were shown in the beginning of the video, they both won. Here they are. One was on for about an hour and 58 minutes. The other one was on for 57 minutes. They both hit take profit. One winning 14.5 pips, if you remember, and the other hitting about 18 pips. So I'm very excited about that process. I love this system of the TNT trade prop platform because it just makes sense to follow a simple flow, and look how well we're doing. Now, we've been going now for, I went several days, almost a week without doing a trade. But when I'm going to be focusing on this full time, you'll see several of these videos come out. Remember, if you want to buy into this program, please just hit the link in the description, hit the subscribe button, mash it out, get on board with this system. This is by far the best program we've ever made for training people how to trade Forex and using some very simple tools that are very inexpensive. All right, I'm Max, this is Dex, and as always, trade well.